Salutations, weary travelers. Blue Spice here. I hope that you're doing well. Today we'll be going into a few updates on Glimesh, Trovo, and Brime. After that, we'll continue discussing what has been going down on Brime, which includes the former owner, Major Respect. Naturally, as I've always stated, do not go off to harass anyone mentioned in this video. Now, without further ado, here we go. So, starting off with Glimesh, they've made a few minor fixes and additions over the past few days. Hopefully they continue to quickly find and fix any active issues with their site. They've also hosted another Glimesh University stream in which you were basically taught how to edit your profile and channel, which seems pretty neat. Just today they held just the other day actually, they held a weekly meeting in which they talked about various topics, including the road moving towards Phase 2 of Alpha. Nothing, of course, within Phase 2 is finalized, as they might want to add more or take away things. But from what I've seen, I'm happy to see what they intend on releasing in the near future. Moving on to Trovo, there isn't really much to discuss, as it seems they don't really need to do a whole lot of updates very often anymore. Anyhow, they've recently added another option to when reporting someone for a certain abuse of a certain system. So hopefully they'll be able to catch more people doing that before it gets out of hand. They've also given an update for the winners of the March Bronze bounties, which can be found on their site. Next up, Brime was having some issues with some of their streamers getting spammed with clips. As there was no delay on making clips and you didn't have to be signed in to use the clipping feature. So basically people were getting spammed with hundreds upon hundreds of clips. Not long after, they updated it so that there was a delay for non-logged in users so that they couldn't basically spam out clips like crazy. Moving on from that, they've also been getting quite a few restreams up on their site, and of course the issue with this is that some of these restreams are quite inappropriate, as one of them was essentially a girl with more skin than clothes showing, who actually showed off basically the entirety of her ass on stream. Naturally, I reported this as well as several others, but as of right now, nothing has really been done about this, at least to my knowledge. Hopefully, they'll be more strict in regards to what you can show off stream and on stream, as it's been very much likely going to turn into a Twitch situation in which you can basically do whatever you want on stream. Now, what is odd about this is that Geekin, the CTO, admitted to watching her stream and having to change her title around because it was basically getting spammy. But did absolutely nothing about the fact that she was basically partially naked on stream. Now, on one end, he'll talk about how Twitch is going downhill because of all the quote-unquote titty streamers. But at the very next turn, he won't do anything about it on his own site. Now, moving on from the small updates, we'll now begin talking about the drama end of what has been happening. As a refresher, I would suggest people watch video updates number 4 and 5. For those of you unable, then I'll go ahead and give you a basic rundown of what happened. The CTO of Brime and part owner Geekin has doxed and slandered another developer. Since he has done so, he and the CEO, known as Zach, have yet to apologize or make amends for the situation that they have created. They've actively lied about what happened, have actively tried to play it off, and have actively tried to act as if they are in the right for doing so. Naturally, myself and others whom I am not associated with have been actively calling them out on the matter, instead of handling the situation in a professional manner by apologizing and undoing the damages caused. They've continuously doubled down on their poor actions. Just a few nights ago, I decided to contact several people/providers involved with Brime, privately and publicly. One of which is known as Caster Labs. In response to my post directed towards them, they began to essentially spew what Geekin, the CTO of Brime, has been stating. Now, I'm well aware of the close relationship Caster Labs and Brime has, so this comes to no surprise. They claim that the developer was never doxxed, and they claim that the developer had stolen from another developer. And again, these are the exact words that Geekin has used, so this is very much Geekin just speaking through them, instead of acting like an adult and handling his own mess. Anyhow, naturally, I showed them as to why they stated what they stated was false and how it was very much doxing and how he hasn't stolen anything. In response to the doxing bit, they've stated that what I said is fair and that it would be difficult for them to prove that the developer did steal or did not steal anything. In either case, all that matters is their actions. They're aware of the fact that someone they've partnered with has doxed and slandered someone. Instead of condemning an action, they essentially say that it's fine to do so. For a service that is just getting off the ground, this is not a good look. There's a good reason as to why many companies and services instantly distance themselves from people that have committed crimes or have done something extremely immoral. It gives them an extremely bad look, it taints the image and name, and no one legitimately would want to get involved with someone who is accepting of disgusting actions. Would you want to associate yourself with someone who has committed a serious crime? Probably not. Now, moving on from that, the previous owner of Brime, aka TJ Marsh or Major Respect, has decided to get himself back into the drama. He stated that he was happy that the developer was doxxed, as he claims that he was harassing him. However, this doesn't seem to be the case, as the developer hasn't ever really harassed anyone in an inappropriate manner. Sadly enough for TJ, in the past, myself and others exposed him to the fact that he was doxing several people. Now, TJ has also claimed that he was doxed in the past. This can't really be proven. Now, in either case, for a man to claim that he himself was also doxxed, and if this is accurate, then he should understand the dire situation that this developer is currently in. TJ then goes on to claim that I am affiliated with a group that has created slanderous statements. Now, I am in no way affiliated with any group, nor have I ever been. And in terms of slanderous statements, everything that I have posted is completely accurate. Right? He also claims that I have altered videos, which again, I've never altered any videos to twist the truth, which shows. He then goes on to claim that I have doxed him and attempted to swat him. I have never and never will do such a thing. I'm actively against doxing. I've even made statements in regards to him being doxed, or that he claims he's been doxed, in which I condemn the actions of those that supposedly doxed him. Not long after, we decided to take this into Discord DMs, in which I have actively recorded and screenshotted the entirety of the conversation. It was recorded to ensure that if something he decides to release is taken out of context, then I could give full context. So this is kind of like security for myself. Now, I'm not really interested in showing this off, as the majority of the conversation I had with him was topics that I have already discussed in past videos. Naturally, if push comes to shove, then I'm perfectly fine with releasing said conversation to give users full context. However, there is one bit of this conversation that I will actually go ahead and talk about. It is that he claims that I've been paid to slander his name. In no way have I ever been paid for the videos that I have created. No one has hired me to make them. I have not received ads on them either, and I doubt that I ever will. I've always made these videos to simply show the sheer stupidity of what's going on, and nothing more than that. As previously stated, and something that I will keep saying and continue to say, all that Geekin and Zach need to do is apologize for their actions and retract the slanderous statements that Geekin has made. The continuous denial and actions of these individuals does nothing but make the situation worse for them. Ignoring a problem and mistake will not fix the problem, it would just fester and worsen. Anyhow, how do you feel about what has been happening over at Brime, whether that be from now or in the past? If anyone has any comments, questions, or concerns, then please feel free to comment below, DM me on Discord or Twitter, or even email me. If you have any information that you'd like to share with me, then you're welcome to contact me. Please be sure to keep the comments civil. Thank you. Have a lovely day, and keep safe.